So story time. It was my birthday about I think it's 4 years ago. This dude had kept sliding my inbox, wanting to take me out. So it was my birthday week. So he was like, "Hey, let me take you out to lunch for your birthday." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So he was like, "It's this nice restaurant on the island that I want to take you to." And so I was like, "Nice restaurant on the island? I'm from here. He moved here." So I'm like, the only restaurants on the island is Angler's, Crab Trap, Rockin' Tacos, and Floyd's. And I was like, God, I hope he's not talking about Floyd's, because I don't like Floyd's. Like, the only thing I get at Floyd's is their kicking chicken salad, because their seafood's not that flavorful for me. Anywho, he sends me the address. It's Floyd's. So I was like, you know what? I'll get the salad. I eat half of it. I eat the other half when at work later on. So I get there first. He shows up, said he had to stop to get gas. And so him stopping to get gas is important. So remember that for later. So he shows up and we are at the table, whatever. Conversation is okay. I'm sitting there thinking I probably wouldn't go on a second date with him, but I mean, it wasn't a horrible date. So I order the kicking salad. He orders the all-you-can-eat shrimp. So I'm like, oh, you eating, okay. So I'm not sure how much the all-you-can-eat shrimp was, but it's on the island, and I'm sure that it wasn't $20. So I was like, okay. So the bill comes. So I'm like, well, she sets it as all waiters do, set it by the man. He grabs the bill, he puts his card in there, and he walks. The waitress comes against it, she walks away. So I'm facing where the waitress is checking out, and he's facing this way. So he's looking towards the beach, I'm looking towards the waitress. So she runs the card, and I see the look on her face, and then she looks at me. She comes back, she says, "Sir, sorry, the card declined." So he's like, "What?" So I'm thinking, okay, things happen, maybe it's the wrong card. So he has his wallet, he opens his wallet, and he's fumbling, and so I'm like, okay, use a different card. And so, because that was his bank card, so I'm like, you don't have no credit card, like, use a different card, whatever. So I was like, okay. So he looks at his phone, and he says out loud, "Dang, they put $100 a hole for gas." And I knew at this moment that I had got played. So I was like, okay. So he does something, fiddles, and he says, "Okay, here's your work now." So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he's not trying to play games with me. So she takes the card again. This time, she turns around and looks at me and says, I was like, "This ninja." So she comes back, she says, "Sir, it's still not working." And so he's like, "What? I know I got money on there." So he's like, "Let me call the bank." So now, remind you, this is the first date, worst impression ever. And so I'm thinking, we in our 40s. My daddy said you'll never go nowhere without no money. So, of course, I had money on me, because my daddy raised me that you don't go on no date with no man, don't go out of town, nothing, without your own funds. So, of course, I had my own money to pay, but I didn't want to pay. I got a salad. My salad was $14. This ninja got all-you-can-eat shrimp, and his card don't work. Now, after I thought about it, I should have just paid for my food and left. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, I'm not paying for this. I didn't even want to come here. I'm not paying for this. So I'm sitting there being all stubborn. And the lady, he goes outside. He's outside on the beach. Like, because if you ever been to Floyd's, the patio's right there. So he's outside on the beach. He's talking to people. So it's like 10 minutes that went past. So I'm like, you know what? I got to go to work. I ain't got time for this shit. So I pull out my card. I tell the lady, here, I pay her. I tip her good because this was so embarrassing. And then I turn around and look because I was going to tell him, hey, I paid. But then I thought, he's embarrassed. Like, this is embarrassing, and I don't want to embarrass him further. So I thought the right thing for me to do was just to leave. So I left. We never had talked to each other ever again. I was trying to be, save face. I don't know if y'all know where I work, but I work off of Mary Esther. So y'all know where the island is, and you know where Mary Esther is. So I get all the way to Mary Esther before I get a text from him. And he says, you ain't have to pay and just leave. I had the money. Amazon had put a fraudulent charge on, so they locked my card. Okay. So then he said, you have a nice day. Oh, so we being sassy now, because I'm thinking, Ninja, if your card really was just fraudulent and they opened your card up and you had money, the first thing I would have said was, thank you for paying. You didn't have to leave, but how would you like me to send you your money? Because after all, I asked you out on a date and it's your birthday. So how much? No, you ain't offer that, because I know your ass ain't had no money, which is why I left, because I was trying not to embarrass you. So I go to work. There's a barbershop right next door. So I go tell them ninjas what happened. Oh, they clowning me. They laughing so hard. And then one of them say, I bet he got the all-you-can-eat shrimp too. And that set me off, because that is exactly what he got, was the all-you-can-eat shrimp. That bill was almost $80 with the tip. I was like, what the hell? I pay $80 for a half a salad that I ain't even want. So I get back home. I come back to next door. I come back to work. So I'm at work. I'm chilling at work. My client comes in. My last client comes in. And I'm telling him what happened. Because he said, how was your birthday? So I'm like, let me tell you what happened. Now, at the time, this client was 18 years old. He was a senior in high school. And he would come to me to get his hair twisted. And so I was telling him what happened. And so he pays me. He always tips me good. And as he's walking out the door, he turns around and says, here, you shouldn't have to pay for your own dinner on your birthday. He gave me the $80. I thought that was so sweet and so gentleman of him. And he was 18 years old, but your grown 44-year ass didn't know that you could have sent me my money.